So I went to a singles event, and when I got there, it was literally 90% women. And I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go now.
Hey guys, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Lumi, and today we're going to be talking about the issue with singles events. But before we get started, I want to let you know that I've made a Discord server. I will be doing future giveaways on there, so don't forget to check it out. Link in the description below.
A lot of men already are losing so much interest in dating. A lot of men won't even date anymore, period. And if we keep treating men the way that we currently do, this is gonna be just a normal thing. All the men who still have hope and are still dating are just gonna stop. We need to come to a middle ground so everybody can be happy in relationships and no one feels used or taken advantage of.
So I just want to start off by saying I think these singles events are often pretty cringe. Like I think the marketing for them needs to be a bit better because if you're not familiar, the way this often works is the event is held at a bar or restaurant. Usually there's alcohol because let's be honest, you're going to need it for this humiliation ritual. And what they do is they sit you down at a table, people talk to you for a couple of minutes, and then they tell you to switch seats and someone else tries to talk to you and rinse and repeat. Like the whole thing just kind of feels like the dating apps before they were a thing because these singles events have been around for a very long time. And I guess the only thing going for it is the fact that you're physically placed in front of someone else, which is nice because the dating apps have a huge botting problem with fake profiles, let alone the fact that when you do match with someone, the only communication is through text. And I've said this before in my other videos about how there's so much more to human communication than just texting. But yeah, I think in there lies the problem with these singles events. The people who host them are monetizing dating just like the dating apps. And a lot of people, especially men, are getting tired of being strung along on these apps because honestly, it's a scam.
So I've been seeing these videos about men not showing up to these singles events, and I wanted to give my 2 cents. I think the main reason we have a problem with men not showing up to these events has to do with marketing. You're not marketing towards the men. The men that you want to show up to these events aren't showing up because you're not marketing towards them. You're marketing towards women. You got the women showing up. Now you need to cater it towards getting the men in there. I think all of this is a result to the club kind of like business model. If you have a club and you want to get guys to spend money, you invite a bunch of women. Let women get in free, guys will show up, spend money at the bar, pay to get in, buy girls drinks, things like that. Now this is a little bit different though. We have singles events. Women are going to these events trying to find guys. So the dynamic is literally switched. So you can't rely on the old business model of women get in and men will follow because it's not that same dynamic. I think also you need to kind of like tailor the event to appeal more to men. You know what I'm saying? If you got a singles event and it's a flyer with pretty flowers and hearts and stuff like that, a bunch of guys not going to show up to that event because it looks like something specifically for women. It's like asking why young boys aren't getting Barbie dolls. It's not going to work.
I think men don't like showing up to singles events because the name in itself makes it seem like you can't get any. So let me explain. Subconsciously, you're already signaling desperation and like sexlessness as a man. And oftentimes that's a pretty big turnoff for women. Like, don't hate me. I'm just telling you guys how the game works. Like, I know it's kind of messed up and I know people don't like to hear it, but straight up ignoring human biological nature isn't gonna help. It's much better to be aware of these things and to try to move differently so that you get better results. But yeah, going back to what was said in the last clip, I think this dude is right. Like, I think it's all about how you market it. I would even suggest not even calling it a singles event because again, that sets up the men for failure with the predisposed negative signaling that you're not a good option. Because if you were, you wouldn't don't need to go to a singles event. So yeah, I think that's ultimately why men refuse to go to these things. It's just not a good look for them. There's also the fact that you'll have to deal with a lot of rejection head on as well. And that's something a lot of people just can't handle today, which is a different problem entirely. And I think getting over your fear of rejection takes a lot of practice and exposure therapy. But of course, it's a lot easier said than done.
Are you single or in a relationship?
Single.
Where do you normally meet girls in London?
I don't know. They usually come up to me in the street, actually.
And would you approach a girl by first if you liked her?
No,
No?
no.
So how do you want to meet her?
She'll approach me.
So you wouldn't mind if the girl approached you?
No, I'd love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where would you invite the girl for the first date?
Back to my house.
To your house directly?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's very unusual. No romantic
No,
dinner,
I'm joking,
no
I'm joking.
restaurant?
I'd take her for dinner, yeah, I'd take her for dinner.
Yeah? Okay. And who should pick up the bill? Would you pick up the bill or would you
Me,
split?
yeah, I pay the bill, yeah. Of course.
On the first date or other dates
All
as well?
dates, all dates.
What qualities are you looking in a girl?
Intelligent. A nice smile. Yeah, that's about it really, yeah.
Yeah. I have a blog for single people in London. If you
Yeah.
want, I can tag you on this video and maybe you can find a good girlfriend.
Do it.
Yeah?
Do it, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. What's your name?
Sam,
Sam, nice to meet you. How old are you?
36.
What do you do?
Not a lot.
Huh?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. No. Do you make good money? At
Yeah.
least? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm loaded.
Okay, give me your Instagram, I will tag you. And by the way, wait, I also want to invite you to
Yeah.
the singles party.
I think this guy is hilarious. A lot of people in the comments on TikTok went absolutely feral on this guy, calling him a red flag and toxic. But that's how you know he's on to something. He's getting an emotional response out of people. This actually can be a pretty big turn on for women, funny enough. Because let's flip the script. If he gave the safest answers to her questions, no one would care who he is and what he's about. Boring and forgettable. And there I think lies the crux of the issue that a lot of men find themselves in today's dating scene. It's this cognitive dissonance they experience when they're told by women that they should behave one way, and when they do, they're rejected. That's why I think we're seeing a major shift politically in men and women. More men are shifting to the right because what they were told by the left did them more harm than good. Is this shift a good thing? I honestly don't think so. I think it's pretty dangerous, in fact, because apparently there's a correlation between sexless men and the rise in fascism. So we're flirting with some pretty dangerous ideologies, politically speaking. But anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, please give me a like down below. Dislike it if you dislike it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Did anything I mentioned in this video resonate with you? Let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, if you enjoy this sort of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It would help me and the channel go a long way. But anyway, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Later.